So, good morning, everyone. The other day we were in chapter number 1, last concept. That was unit number 3, recent trends in operations management. In that, I think we have completed how many points? One is global marketplace. Second one is production or operation strategy. Third one is TQM. Fourth one is flexibility. Fifth one is time reduction. Sixth one, technology. Seventh one, worker involvement. And eighth one, lean production. Another 2-3 points are there. Then we'll start with chapter number 4. Now, next note down, environmental issues. Environmental issues. Environmental. So today you tell me, in case if a company does not consider environment, will it be successful or unsuccessful? Unsuccessful. Government will give, you think, license to those companies which are polluting or saving the environment from pollution? Saving the environment from pollution. That is why production manager, there are two things what production manager should consider always in their business. Number one is pollution control. And second one is waste disposal. What is the first thing? Pollution control. And second one, waste disposal. So production manager to keep pollution control and waste disposal under control. Why? Simple. There are two reasons for controlling the pollution and controlling the waste. Reason number one, environmental responsibility. And social responsibility. Have you heard about CSR? What is full form of CSR? So it is my environmental responsibility also to protect the environment, and also it is my social responsibility. So that is why always remember, every company should try to increase the waste or reduce the waste. Reduce the waste. Use non-degradable materials or use biodegradable materials. Biodegradable materials. Use multi-use plastics or one-use plastics. Simple. So, but like यहाँ पर we can take an example of Tata. Tata is one of the few companies in India which follows environmental issues के concept को very seriously. They have something called pro-life. They have pro-life program there. Pro-life program में what they do is, अब like Tata Motors का multiple cars are there, right? Like cars which are very old, which are scrapped, so they don't throw away the engine. They open up the engine, and whatever spare parts of that engine are working, they will refine it and then use the same parts for manufacturing the new cars. Because of which, are they reducing old metals being put into the landfill? So that is what you have to do. That is called what? Pro-life program. Not only Tata, almost every company does. You have an old computer, you give it to the company which has manufactured that. Example, you have Dell computer, you give it to Dell company in India, you courier to them. Whatever spare parts which are working in that, they will use it, and rest they will dispose of, like how we dispose, or in an environmental friendly manner. In an environmental friendly manner, they will dispose it of. That is how you take care of what? Environmental issues. And one more example is ITC. Have you heard about ITC? What is ITC? What is ITC famous for, boys? Cigarettes and tobacco products and classic miles. I don't want the brand. Classmate. And what else? You eat biscuits. Sunfeast. Sunfeast is Dark Fantasy is manufactured by whom? Sunfeast. They also want to become carbon positive. Carbon positive means they want to pollute the environment or they don't want to pollute the environment. They don't want to pollute the environment. And they have also become, as of today, they have also become water clear, water positive. Whatever waste water is generated in that ITC factories, same water is again recycled and used in the factory only. So very minimum or zero discharge of water, industrial water is going into environment. So these are two companies which I've taken an example of. One is Tata, the second one is ITC. And they also want to become plastic positive, use as less plastic as possible, and that is why they have achieved something called plastic neutrality. There is one concept called plastic neutrality. ITC is one of the few companies in the world which has become what? Plastic neutral. Like they sell plastic ke boxes mein they sell their products, right? So how much plastic they are using in selling their product, more than that plastic they are recycling. Because of which it is one of the few companies in world which has become what? Plastic neutral. That is nothing but one more example of environmental issues. Then we have corporate downsizing. Corporate downsizing. In case if you are obese, what will you do? If you are obese, what will you do? You will stay like that only? You will try to reduce your weight. In the same way, if companies are obese, they will try to reduce the wastage, it seems, reduce the number of employees by going for what? Corporate downsizing. It is also called as corporate right sizing, wherein what I will do is, I will reduce the number of employees in my business because I may not have work to be given to them. I hope I might have already discussed something like TCS. Around 20,000 employees in one financial year, they have removed. Around 1,000 plus employees, Ola removed. 3,500 plus employees, what is that company's name? Paytm has removed. Why? Why are they reducing the number of employees? Because they have work more to give to the employees, or they have very less work what they can give to employees. They have very less work what they can give it to employees. That is called what? Corporate downsizing. But why it is necessary? Simple. They want to shed obesity. They want to shed what? Obesity. Obesity in terms of what? Number of employees. They want to reduce the number of employees. But why? Maybe it is necessary due to competition. Maybe it is necessary due to competition. Lot of companies are coming into the industry. They are earning huge profits, but I am unable to earn profits for my shareholders much. So when I remove the employees from my organization, my employee cost will reduce and automatically profits will show up. It may be because of lower productivity. I might feel that the employees what I'm having, they are not much productive. They are very less productive. They are doing less work in more time. Normally productivity means what? You have to do more work in less time. But employees are not able to do that. Employees are doing reverse exactly. They are doing less work in more time. They are more productive or less productive? Less productive. Plus, I may want to pay high dividend payout. See, if I want to make sure that my shareholders are happy, I need to pay dividend. If I want to pay dividend, I should increase my expenditure or reduce my expenditure? Reduce my expenditure and earn some profits. One of the examples of earning profits is by eliminating the employee cost. Not basically eliminating, reducing the employee cost, because of which profits will increase. Whatever money I'm saving from employee salaries and wages, at least a part of that can I distribute as dividend? So shareholders will also be happy. Next, last one, supply chain management. Supply chain management. Supply chain management. Now, what is supply chain management? From the manufacturer till the consumer, directly goods are delivered or multiple layers are involved? Should I increase the cost in supply chain or try to reduce the cost in supply chain? Reduce the cost in supply chain. That is why introduction I told you about facility location, right? My factory should be nearby the raw material supplier or far away from raw material supplier? Nearby. My factory, say, the main market where I want to sell the product should be nearby or very far away? Labor availability should be high or less? High. Otherwise, if labor availability in that area is very less, labor cost will increase. Basic facilities should be there or I should create? Basic facilities should be there. All these things will increase your cost of production or decrease your cost of production? Decrease your cost of production. So supply chain management may note down. So we should make sure that from supplier to customer, transportation cost should decrease. There are multiple costs which are involved. Transport cost should decrease. Then distribution cost also should decrease. Transportation cost I should try to decrease. Transportation cost I should try to decrease. Then distribution cost I should try to decrease. Then warehouse cost also I should try to decrease. All these things will happen. All these things will happen when I'm managing my supply chain properly or unable to manage my supply chain. Best example of supply chain ka one of the best examples is Maruti. If Maruti, there is only one condition. Maruti clearly tells, if you want to supply raw materials to me, you have to have your raw material factory near my manufacturing plant. If any company is not having their factory beside my factory, I am not going to take raw materials from you. This is called, that technique is called tiered supplier system. Tiered supplier system. There is directly they tell only one thing, Maruti. If you want to supply raw materials to us, wherever we set up a factory, nearby the factory only you start your factory also. So that transportation cost reduces, distribution cost reduces, warehousing cost also reduces. See, if a supplier is very far away, I cannot order regularly from that fellow. So huge quantities of raw materials I should order and keep in my factory. Warehousing cost will increase. Ordering cost will increase. So what Maruti says, sir, if you want to supply to me, open your raw materials ka factory near my manufacturing plant. Isse kya hota? Warehousing cost will reduce because I can follow just in time. Whenever Maruti receives the orders, immediately it will place the order for raw materials. So that storage cost will reduce, warehousing cost will reduce, and I can also follow what? Just in time system. So these are some points what you have to remember with respect to recent trends. These are some recent trends that many companies now want to start their operations only within one country or they want to expand throughout the world. They want to expand throughout the world. Plus, they need to prepare what? Not only the production strategy, they also need to prepare their day-to-day plans. Plus, they need to focus on improvements in quality only once or every time. It's a continuous process. Plus, they have to keep changing their manufacturing depending upon the demands and requirements of customers. Plus, they should reduce with cycle, manufacturing cycle time. Matlab, time taken to convert raw materials into finished goods. Because if cycle time is increased, my competitor will take away the customer. Plus, I should have the latest technology or outdated technology. Latest technology. I should involve employees in decision making. That is nothing but worker involvement, which is centralized or decentralized approach. Decentralized approach. Plus, I should try to maximize the wastage or minimize the wastage. Minimize the wastage, which is nothing but lean production. And lean production ka concept was popularized by which company? One company I told, right? Car company. Toyota Motors. Toyota Motors only popularized the concept of lean production. We have separate chapter also, we'll see later on. Plus, they should consider the environmental issues like pollution control, waste disposal, or they should completely ignore them. They should consider. Plus, whenever they feel that work to be given to employees is less, but the number of employees are more, they can go for corporate downsizing. And last way, they should manage the supply chain in a way that their cost of distribution, cost of warehousing and cost of transportation reduces. Clear? Now, this was a small concept of chapter number 1, wherein we have studied 3 units. Unit number 1, scope of operations management. Then unit number 2, we had manufacture as characteristics of modern operations. And unit number 3, we have only one concept, that is features of recent trends. Bas. Now, this was a small theoretical chapter, which is chapter 1. Now we are going to start chapter number 4, which is a combination of theory and practicals. And 14 se 20 marks, aram se you can get from this chapter. Easily. 14 marks, so aram se you will get from this chapter. So let us start with chapter number 4. You want me to write all the chapters in one notes or different notes? The same file mein should I write or different files? Should I continue like this only? Now, new page mein, chapter number 4. Chapter number 4. What is chapter number 4 heading? Applications of operations research. Applications of operations research. Operations research, or in shortcut OR. How do I apply the concept of operations management or operations research in a practical manner? See, I can take a decisions without doing any calculations. I can also take a decision after doing some calculations. Like let us say, for example, chapter number 4 में practical chapters I told you what? One is linear programming, then assignment, then we have transportation, then we have simulation, etc., etc. Lot of chapters are there practical. Now, what is the main objective of linear programming? Either maximization of profit or minimization of cost. Simple. Either I can maximize profit or I can minimize cost. Assignment mein what is my objective? Minimization of cost. Assignment mein minimization of time taken to complete the work. Transportation mein what is my objective? Minimization of cost. Simulation mein what is my objective? Not taking a risk of investing money before doing some testing. Sir, like let us take an example of simulation. Simulation mein what I told, before I do something in my business, in practical world, I will first test it in a software. Like example, you take an example of bank. Bank wants to know, should it install cash deposit machine or not? Should it install cash deposit machine or not in their branch? Now, you think cash deposit machine will be 1 or 2 lakhs ka small machine that they will keep and put in the bank and automatically business will start earning profits, or have multiple permutations and combinations you have to do? Financial management mein you will learn something called NPV. NPV is nothing but profit or loss of purchasing this asset. I don't want profit or loss. I want to know, will I be able to, is it actually required in my business or not? Like let us say how many customers are coming to my bank and how many customers are coming for depositing the cash, and what is the average wait time of a customer in a line. Is customer happy waiting in the line or not? In case if customer is unhappy, I will try to purchase a cash deposit machine and install in my branch or outside my branch. Now, in case if I install that, how many customers will actually go and deposit cash there? And in order to manage that cash deposit machine, do I need an employee or not? Employee cost may increase. And in case if many people are old age people who are coming to my branch, they may not be comfortable in using the technology. So there one compulsory person should be standing there to help them. Before purchasing that cash deposit machine, the average wait time of a customer is 5 minutes in that big line. and after purchasing the machine, it is only 4.5 minutes waiting time. Matlab, by investing crores of rupees in that machine, I'm just saving half a minute. You think as a customer, half a minute will matter to you, 30 seconds will matter to you? Then, so all these possibilities, should I analyze before buying or after buying? Before buying. Because after buying, if I try to do all these calculations, I've already wasted my money, right? So all these calculations, permutations and combinations will be performed by human beings or software. So matlab, I can take a decision without doing simulation. I can take a decision after doing simulation also. Now my question is, where there is a high chance that my decision of purchasing or not will mostly be correct? By performing simulation or without performing? Without performing also I can buy that machine. After performing simulation also I can buy that machine. But where, according to you, chance of my decision being correct is more? After analysis or before analysis? After analysis. So that is what is the application of operations research. Every decision what a business is taking, we will analyze either using what? Simulation, or using linear programming, or using assignment, or using transportation, or using queuing theory, or using scheduling. So there are many areas which you have to consider before deciding what to do and what not to do in your business. So basically, in this chapter, we are going to learn how we use operations management in practical world. For that, let us start with unit number 1. Do you have your icmai materials? No, nor you have, right? So first unit is theory, basis of other chapters. Once this chapter is over, I will start with a practical chapter which is simulation. By that time, in case if you don't get the materials from Shikra management, at least bring icmai materials. Because anyhow, my material is a copy paste of icmai material only, plus some additional questions. Now, so what is operations research? It is nothing but practical application of what you are learning in real world. That is what we are going to study in operations research. Now, let us see what are the various areas of applications of OR. Areas where operations research can be applied. Areas where operations research can be applied. This question is purely MCQ based question. Very rarely they ask in theory, but very important for MCQs. Areas where operations research can be applied. Area number 1. National planning and budgeting. National planning and budgeting. Now let us take a small example. Government releases budget every year, right? You think whatever comes in the minds of government, they will put in the budget and they will release the budget, or they will analyze the impact of something on the entire country. Like let us say, when tax rate increases, what impact it will happen on the Indian economy? When interest rate decreases or increases, what impact it will happen on the Indian economy? Which sector will boom? Which sector will fall? A to Z analysis they will do and then launch that budget, or without any analysis they will do? Obviously they will do the analysis, and otherwise next 5 years you think they will be able to survive, or the entire government will crash? Entire government will crash. So that is why in national planning government uses what? The concept of simulation. How they use, I will explain. Yahan par there are many areas. Number 1, annual budget. Annual budget. So while preparing the annual budget, government will use what? The concept of operations research. Like earlier what used to happen before, like in case if you don't apply the concepts of operations research, what normally happens is you can only analyze the historical data. If you don't apply the concept of operations research or OM in budgeting, you won't be able to predict the future, right? If you want to predict the future, it is mandatory for you to use what? Operations research. Is it, you think our finance minister, you think she will go to Radhesham, Prabhas and show her hand? Anna, please tell me, next 1 year may, whatever budget I'm planning to release, will I be successful in this budget? Which sector will have a positive impact? Which sector will have a negative impact? Okay, Radhesham will see her hand. Akka, you will be very successful. But one thing you remember, tax rates you decrease. Then pakka this budget will be 100% successful. Tension khatam. You think she will come to the parliament and release the budget, or some analysis should be done? So earlier what used to happen was, before this operations, research and management came into picture, earlier what used to happen was, government would only analyze how much money was spent last year in their budget. How much money was approved and how much money was spent. That much only. But in case if we apply the concepts of linear programming, simulation, scheduling, etc., etc., government will not only be able to analyze what has happened in the past, government will also be able to analyze what might happen in future. So traditionally what used to happen, government used to analyze how much money they have spent in budget. But today, in addition to that, they can also analyze how much money they may have to spend on a particular area. Railway budget, let us say 1000 crores. Why only 1000 crores for railways? How government decides this? You think that much analysis, what government does, can it do without the using of computers? No. It will use computers, simulation, linear programming to decide what? How much area may, how much amount should be spent. Next. In addition to that, it will be able to forecast income and expenditure. Income and expenditure. See, future is certain or uncertain? Uncertain. So that is why they will use something called predictive analysis. There is one software technique called predictive analysis. What it will do is, it will analyze your historical data and tell you in future how much income you might earn and how much amount you may have to spend. That is called what? Forecasting of income and expenses. And depending upon the forecast only, they will prepare what? Budget. If government doesn't know how much income it might receive in future, how much expenditure it may have to do in future, then how will it analyze? Even after so much analysis also, almost majority of the countries in the world are in budget surplus or budget deficit. Budget deficit. Now, Indian government is also in budget deficit, right? Whenever there is a budget deficit, government may have to take a public debt loan. So they have to pre-plan all these things. Government cannot tell, we will release whatever budget we want. After that, we will analyze what situation will happen in the country, and then we will decide what to do, what not to do. In that case, your country, our country will become like what? Pakistan. Unplanned cut. Oh, that is not a country only. Country. So Pakistan. What is happening in Sri Lanka now? Have you heard about Sri Lankan crisis? There, petrol ke liye, you have to stand in line for almost 3 to 4 hours for 1 liter petrol. And by the time you take a U-turn and try to go home, again traffic jam. Petrol is over, again you have to stand in line. Electricity is not there, it seems, properly in Sri Lanka. Tourism is hugely impacted. Prime Minister and President of Sri Lanka ran away from there. It is now under military control. So all these things will happen if you are planning your country, if you are not planning your country. Many countries like Sri Lanka is there. Recently what happened yesterday, have you heard that news? US has bombed Venezuela, right? Have you heard that news? Latest news hai ye to. It's the latest news. You have not seen yesterday when I woke up, that is the first news I saw. US has bombed Venezuela and they have captured their president. Yes. But now my question is, it is not like a Dhurandhar movie, what you see and come. Lot of planning is, even in Dhurandhar movie, most of the things what they have shown about Indian spies, that's a reality. But only a human being as of today, when countries have developed so much technology is there, you think only some human spies will be able to perform all these actions? Imagine from US, they have sent bomber planes to Venezuela without even Venezuela realizing that something is happening. Is it an easy task or a difficult task? Lot of analysis is required using human beings and computers. Next, in addition to that, it can help us to estimate GDP, population, employment. See, in India, unemployment is increasing or unemployment is decreasing? Unemployment is increasing, employment is decreasing. Now, government releases, right, by 2030, India is going to become the third or fourth largest economy in the world. How are they telling, how is government giving you this information that we are going to become this much big economy in next 5 years? They are using what? Multiple softwares to analyze what has happened in the last 5 years and what might happen in next 5 years. And depending upon that, they will tell, let us say 2% increase in GDP. We are trying to increase GDP by 2% so that unemployment will fall by, let us say, 0.5%. This analysis and all, who will do? Human beings or softwares? Softwares. Earlier computers were not there, human beings used to do. Economy was also very small. Technology was not there, but today economy is becoming big, data is big, population, obviously India is number one. So obviously we have to use what? Human beings or softwares? Softwares. Next, we can also use it for scheduling major projects. Scheduling major projects of national importance. See, government uses their money or public's money. Even a small delay in construction of a flyover or a small delay in laying a highway, you think huge expenditure and losses government will incur? And that money, who is giving to government? We as taxpayers. Our money is getting wasted. That is why government will try to waste our money as much as possible or try to reduce the wastage. That is what they will plan for multiple projects in a way that the wastage and losses are minimum, benefit to public is maximum. Otherwise, what will happen? Two situations, I will tell 2-3 situations. I don't remember exact year, maybe 3-4 years back. One MLA, not MLA, this is one Nala. Above that Nala, they have constructed one bridge. Amount and all, nothing I remember, case I remember. And this is the MLA. It was in Bihar. City and all, amount and nothing I remember. In Bihar, MLA. And he cut the ribbon to inaugurate, and automatically this bridge collapsed and this fellow fell in Nala. Now is M Nala. MLA in Nala. Imagine how much corruption might have been done. Arey, that fellow just cut the ribbon. Immediately the entire bridge collapsed and this fellow fell in Nala. M Nala. Now imagine the situation here. It is of national importance, right? But have they given importance to this? One more situation I will tell. In Haryana or Delhi, exactly I don't remember, because very old case. They constructed a flyover, but due to insufficiency of funds, till here they reached and they stopped constructing the flyover. Now what happened? One fine night, a group of friends, they were going in a car by putting Google Maps. Google Maps did not know that this is the situation here, that routed through here only, and in that they fell from that flyover, half flyover, and everyone traveling in that car died. See how much negligence government might have done here. One more recent example, last year only, Bhopal case, you might have remember, right? They started flyover like this, and exactly like this they started turning it. Matlab 90 degrees turn. Imagine if a car is going, let us say this is a car. This is a car which is traveling. How it has to travel? Like this turn it has to take. How risky it is? So let us assume something they will do. But after spending years and after spending crores of money, they came to know that this point flyover stopped constructing. Why? Here lot of commercial and residential buildings are already there. Thousands of residential buildings and complexes are there. Now imagine, before starting the construction, had they used a concept of simulation, by giving the city ka map to that software, it would have told, right, how to reroute it. Now rerouting is practically not possible now. They stopped construction. Matlab, if you want to go this person's house, you take a flyer, you'll go there. It is useless money now. So that is why you should use the concepts of operations research and operations planning in order to plan anything. Without planning, your business will be a going concern or a gone concern. Simple. Preparation of 5 years plan. Preparation of 5-year plan. Preparation of 5-year plan. There is something called Mahalanobis. I might spell it wrong. Mahalanobis model. Yes. India followed operations research ka which model? Mahalanobis model. When India got independence, at that point of time, in India, infrastructure was very less. And the financial capability of Indian government was also very less. So they have two choices. Option number one, so that is why they had very less options. If they buy industrial machines, they cannot take care of population, food, basic needs. But if they take care of population ka basic needs, they will not be able to invest in capital goods. So that is why they started following the concept of Mahalanobis model. There was one statistician, mathematician called P.C. Mahalanobis. That person suggested Indian government to follow this model. 5-year plan. Second 5-year plan, I think 1956 to 1961. Indian government. Between 1956 to 1961, second 5-year plan mein government of India used operations research ka which model? Mahalanobis model. Wherein this Mr. P.C. Mahalanobis divided Indian economy into two parts. One is he named it as sector C, and the other sector he named it as sector K. Sector C was given name for consumer goods and K was given for capital goods. So after doing lot of permutations and combinations using multiple mathematical and statistical models, they came to an assumption that majority of the money you should invest in which sector? Sector K. In sector K also, let us say 100 crores if government is investing 90 crores example. In sector K, that 90 crores may 1/3 of the amount, this fellow told that invest in industrial goods. Why? Because when you buy industrial goods, using industrial goods, can you produce consumer goods? And that consumer goods what you're producing, you can start injecting in sector C. Because if you focus only on this one, in short term, your population will be happy that they are getting basic requirements, but there will be no long-term growth in the economy. So that is why P.C. Mahalanobis, he suggests a model wherein majority of the money, exactly, I have not, by lot of research I have done, exactly how much percentage of money at that time government has done in sector K, I have no idea, but itna to I have an idea that 1/3 of total investment government invested in industrial goods. Because I was not born at that time, but still whatever research I could have done on this OR, I have done 5-year plan. So 1/3 money. Because of that, what happened? Majority of the money was going for industrial goods. Industrial goods say people started manufacturing capital goods. That capital goods we used to manufacture consumer goods. Over a period of time, economy stabilized. Initially, government faced lot of problems, but slowly over a period of time, but you think government could have taken any of these type of decisions without using any OR concepts, or they applied the concept of OR? They applied the concept of OR, which was called as Mahalanobis model in second 5-year plan. This is what government does by using the different concepts of operations research. Then we can also use operations research in industrial field. We can also use it in industrial field. Now we can use it for plant location. We can use it for plant location. We can use it for what? Plant location. I just tell my requirements to a software. Software will analyze proximity to consumers, how much far my factory might be from raw material supplier, transportation cost, labor cost, basic necessity facilities, multiple permutations and combinations it will analyze, and then it will tell me in which location my plant it should be located so that my cost is minimum. That is also done with the help of what? See, if there are only one or two conditions, human being can take a decision. Like let us say, for example, I want to start a chai bandi. I want to start a tea stall. I'll ask a simple question to you. Should I start it in SR Nagar or should I start it in Film Nagar, road number 10, where all actors and actresses stay? Where should I start? Why should I start in SR Nagar? Because college students, you think Ramcharan, Prabhas will come to my tea stall and drink chai? Obviously no, right? But if I want to start a very posh cafe, where should I start that posh cafe? Should I start in SR Nagar or should I start in Film Nagar? Why? Because the expense what I'm trying to recover from a customer, that expenditure, that much money, who can pay? Everyone can pay in SR Nagar or only limited people. But if I go to Film Nagar and start a cafe, there everyone can pay. Did I have multiple conditions or only one condition I gave? One condition. But imagine if there are many conditions. I want transportation cost of raw materials from supplier to my factory cheapest. I also want transportation cost of finished goods to be cheapest. I not only want my factory nearby the market, I also want it to be nearby the raw material supplier. I also want to all these conditions. In addition to that, I also want labor availability so that labor cost is reduced. On top of that, I also want lot of tax incentives from government. Please search for this type of area and tell me where should I start. You think your mind is GPS? No, right? Your mind may Apple Maps, Google Maps, Maple Maps, anything is there? No, right? So all this much type of analysis, who can tell and give you take a decision? Human beings or softwares? Yes, simple. Operations research software. Then we have product and process planning. Product and process planning. I can also use OR for what? Product and process planning. I think this I have already explained. Product planning means the right mix of products what I should sell. The right mix of products what I should sell so that I can get maximum profit and minimum cost. Example, linear programming, I have told you. We have taken an example of Haldirams. What should Haldirams manufacture more? Haldirams mein ready to eat food will come. Like example, ready-made dal will come. You have to just boil in water and eat. Ready-made upma will come. Ready-made poha will come. These are ready to eat snacks. You have to just heat or boil and then start eating. How many of you think that in India this culture is very high? In India, people buy more of ready to eat or very less? Very less. Because nearby everywhere you have lot of stalls, right? Food stalls to eat. You have lot of restaurants. Swiggy and Zomato is also there. So when you can order fresh food, unhealthy food, why will you eat unhealthy, unfresh food? Same price only, right? So that is why in India that culture of ready to eat foods is picking up slowly or falling down. Falling down. How many of you drink real juice? Tropicana juice, paper boat or fresh juice? Normally people prefer what? Fresh juice. So number of people preferring this ready to eat meals are very high or very less. So that is why Haldiram should produce this more quantity or less quantity. But Haldiram ka snacks, I hope you know, right? What is the status symbol of Diwali in India? Haldiram Son Papdi box, which no one likes but everyone gives. How many of you will prefer sweets of Haldiram? packed sweets of Haldiram, very less. But foreign mein what they are preferring? Haldiram's khatta meetha, peanuts, moong dal, all mix, etc., etc. So that is what software will analyze and tell what should be produced in what quantities, which product should be produced in what quantities for what area, so that my profit is maximum. For that we use what? Linear programming. Plus, then we also have inventory control. Inventory control. What is inventory control? Remember, overproduction and underproduction should not happen. For this, I can use the concept of EOQ. What is EOQ? I did not ask full form. I asked meaning of EOQ. Tell. Analyze. Costing started or completed? Not yet started. Management accounting, cost accounting, कुछ भी start नहीं हुआ. Okay. Started, right? No. Okay. Inventory control means EOQ. One example we can take. EOQ means, see, if I order more quantity, ordering cost will reduce because I will get more discount. But what will happen? Storage cost will increase. And in case if demand is not that much, then raw materials might become obsolete, or if I have converted them into finished goods, they might be finished goods might become useless. Unsold inventory will increase. If I order very less quantity, then what is going to happen? Ordering cost will increase, but storage cost will decrease. Discount what I get will decrease. So what should I do then? I need a sweet spot. I need one sweet spot where the ordering cost will also reduce, the carrying cost will also reduce, storage cost will also reduce, I will get discount also. What is that quantity? That I can calculate with the help of what? EOQ, nothing but inventory control. DMart and all, you think they calculate EOQ manually by using root of 2AB by C? This formula is there, inventory control. I hope you know this, right? Foundation mein you might have studied. Root of, you think DMart mein manager will see, okay, root of 2AB by C, okay, 2 into annual, okay, 10,000 units. How will they calculate? Software will calculate for them, not human beings. And why it is 2AB, why it is only 2, why not 3, why not 4, why not 1, why not 1.5? Did you even think about that? That you will see later on. I will explain all these things when we go to one concept of economic batch quantity. There I will explain why we use a standard 2, why not 3, 4 or 1.5. Then we have maintenance management. Maintenance management. How many types of maintenance are there? I told 2. Preventive, breakdown. Which is better? In some cases, preventive maintenance might be better. In some cases, breakdown maintenance. In some cases, combination of 2 might be better. We have to do multiple calculations and then decide. But all these calculations who will do? You, me, or software? Software. Simple. Then we can also use in industry for personal management. Personal management. If I don't hire a correct person for a correct job, if I don't hire a correct person for a correct job, you think my company will be successful? Example, madam, which area may you want to work after you qualify? Which area? Not company. Audit, accounting, which area like that? Accounts, madam? No, other than accounts. Operations management, tell madam. So madam wants to work in accounting area, and this madam wants to work in operations management area. Now imagine they both cleared the interview in a company, but problem, company gives to this madam operations management work and to that madam accounting work. See, it just because you are an expert in accounting, it doesn't mean that you don't know OM. Just because you are an expert in OM, it doesn't mean that you are not an expert in accounting. See, it's that are better than others in accounting, you are better than others in OM. So imagine if I don't give that work to this employee, efficiency of employee will increase or decrease? Decrease. That is what is called personal management, selecting the right person for a right job. Example, TCS you take, not TCS, any company you tell, whatever company, your name? Very good. Infosys you want to work. Ab Infosys mein, let us assume that there are 1000 openings. 1000 openings for some XYZ position. You think 1000 people will apply or lakhs of people will apply throughout the country? Lakhs of people will apply throughout the country. Is it practically, how will they apply? They will go to Infosys website and they will upload their resume and click on upload, khatam, there, and then it will be done. But after this applications close, there, let us say 3.5 lakh applications have come to Infosys for how many job positions? 1000 job positions. Now my question is it practically possible for a human HR manager to download every resume, go through and find out which person or which applicant's resume matches with company's requirements? Practically possible or impossible? So obviously then what happens? The operations research software of Infosys, what it will do? It will filter all the applications. It will filter all the applications which are similar, which are requirements which are similar to company's requirements, and it will immediately send a mail to them that you have been called for interview. All the other applicants whose criteria in their resume does not match with Infosys, immediately it will send a mail to them that you are been rejected. Well, this process happens in just matter of minutes. That is again one more example of using operations research in personal management. Like that, many areas we have, many examples we have. Area number 3, home management. Home management. Home management. Home management means managing our homes. You think managing a house, everything in a house, you think it's easy task or difficult task? Very difficult task. Your mother manages right entire home. Is it easy task or difficult task for her? You think, mummy kya karti? Nothing. She will be at home only whenever she wants. She will work. If she doesn't want to work, afternoon she will sleep. She must enjoying her life. You'll think like that. But actually go and see how much effort goes in managing a house. Whatever money your father gives to your mother, if she is managing the house, then you think whatever mother is asking amount, that much father will give, or limited amount? Limited amount. With that limited amount, is she running the entire house? On top of that, from that, her saving also will be there. How is she able to manage? How is she able to manage? That is called what? Home management. So in case imagine future mein, instead of your wife, you are managing, or instead of your husband, you are managing the finance, then how can you manage your house in a way that it is the best possible finance? Reason, first thing what you can do, control of expense. Control of expenses. If you know how to use linear programming, practical life mein, when I teach you, I'll show. These examples I'll show in practical way. How much salary, let us say for example, madam, you want? Madam, how much salary, monthly salary you want? 50,000. Okay. Let us say 1 lakh. That is very less amount. So now let us say own house or rented house. That is why. So let us say 50,000 madam is earning salary. Out of this, how much money should go for education of children? How much money should go for petrol? How much money should go for food? How much money should go for electricity? You can use linear programming to decide maximum amount what you can spend in every area, so that you will not only meet all your basic needs, you will also start saving some money. For that, we can use the concept of linear programming in control of expenses. We have one problem on this also when we go to LPP. Then in addition to that, time management. Time management. Exam, in exam, do you have enough time or very less time, 3 hours? Especially for subject like OMSM, time what you have is very limited. OM will easily take around 2 hours for you to complete, aram se. And in 1 hour you have to complete SM. Your writing will start like this, what I'm writing, and by the time you go to the last page, it will become like doctor's handwriting. That evaluator will go to medical store and ask, Anna, what is written here? Then, the same way, house maybe, if you have to manage your time. I'm a professional chef. I hope you know, I'm a master chef actually. Not that that master chef TV wala. Actual master chef I am. I have done courses on hotel management and all, in addition to being qualified. Now, I have my own multiple recipes. Like let us say these are my recipes. Example, so many, these are my personal recipes. Veg, non-veg, everything. Jain recipes, everything. Now, let us say all of you, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 people and 1 student who is absent. 10 students are coming to my house and I have to prepare 5 recipes for you. 5 recipes I have to prepare for you. Example, I have to prepare for you paneer masala. If you are a non-vegetarian, chicken skewers, then I should prepare pasta. I should prepare honey chili potato. I should prepare aloo tikki. Like this, multiple things I have to prepare. If I prepare every item one by one, let us assume first I prepared paneer. 2 hours it has taken. Then I prepare, let us say, honey chili potato. 1.5 hours it has taken. Like that, if I prepare 5 items, it will take aram se 8 to 10 hours for a person, right? 8 to 10 hours easily it will take. So that is why you should do it one after the other or multitasking. But human beings don't know multitasking. Imagine in honey chili potato, you are adding something else, and in rice item you are adding honey and chili. What will happen? All mixture will happen. So that is why if you are using softwares, upload all your recipes to softwares. Software will keep telling you, I do the same thing. If I have to, I can prepare up to 10 items in just 2 hours. Only 2 hours may up to 10 items with cutting, chopping, everything I can do. Machines are there for cutting and chopping, but cooking and all it will there, right? But 5 to 6 people, 2 hours may I can cook around somewhere around 10 items proper, including snacks, soup, everything. But how did I achieve this much perfection? You think if I prepare one after the other, you think I will be able to finish in 2 hours? It will take 8 to 10 hours. I do multitasking. That multitasking I do with the help of what? Software. I will upload all these things into software and it will tell me if I am, let us say for example, if I am kneading a dough in a dough kneader, at the same time what I should do. In case if I am frying of some fries, at the same time what should I do? So that both my hands are not empty and food will be prepared on time. And Bixby will keep telling me. Siri will keep telling me, do this now. Get lost. Hey Siri, get lost. See? So Siri is there, Bixby is there. You can take the help of Alexa also, anything. See, I am an expert. I've been cooking from many years, so I know that. Multitasking. Those who are new, you can use what? Time management ka technique of simulation and all in order to reduce the time in preparing some dishes. Then we have preparation of investment of surplus income. Investment of surplus income. Investment of which income? Surplus income. See, every household will have surplus income, right? Just now I told, point number 1 what I told, control of expenses. You will use linear programming to find out how much money what you're earning should be spent on what, so that all your needs and luxuries are met and you will also save some money. That saving, little part of that saving you want to invest. Where should you invest? Shares are there, debentures are there, bonds are there. Again in shares, preference shares are there, equity shares are there, gold is there, cryptocurrency is there. which combination of assets may I should invest so that maximum profit and minimum risk of loss is there. Who will suggest me? Human beings or OR ka software? OR techniques and software. Then you can also perform study. There are two types of study what you can perform. Very important part of unit 3. Work study and time study. Work study and time study. Work study matlab eliminate unnecessary task. Here, unnecessary task. Eliminate unnecessary. Let us take a simple example. Have you been to Bandi where that fellow prepares dosa? DJ wale babu mera dosa banate. Have you seen that fellow preparing dosa? So that big counter will be there. Near that counter, you think all the items required for preparation of dosa, like let us say potato ka masala, that fellow is kept in some other side. Water is kept on some other side. Ladle is kept on some other side. Dosa batter is kept on some other side. He is roaming the entire restaurant to find out different things and then come to one place and prepare a dosa. Or everything will be kept in one place. Everything will be kept in one place. Dosa batter, different types of dosa batter, oil, water, whatever things are required, is that fellow keeping in one place? Because of that, the time taken to do work is increasing or decreasing? Is he eliminating unnecessary movement? That is possible with the help of what? Work study. Clear? In home science, home management, we can say, instead of using multiple utensils to prepare one dish, nowadays a concept of one pot dish is there, right? Everything you can prepare in one pot only. That is called what? Work study. Then we have time study. Name itself tells you what is time study. How much time I am taking to perform a task is called what? Time study. Work study is done to eliminate unnecessary tasks, and when unnecessary tasks are eliminated, automatically time taken to perform the work will reduce, efficiency will increase. So time study may note down, time taken to perform work. So when I eliminate the unnecessary task, automatically time will reduce. These are some examples of what? Home management. Then we also have transportation and communication. Another area where we can use operations research is transportation and communication. Tomorrow you bring that materials. In case if theory is completed tomorrow, then tomorrow itself I will start with problems on simulation. In case not, then day after tomorrow, so anyhow I'm going to start problems. Please make sure that you bring calculators, you bring scales, pencil, whatever stationery is required. Because always remember, in a subject like OM, presentation is also equally important. You can't just keep writing whatever you want. If presentation is good, then only you will get marks. Clear? Otherwise, see, accounting it's a common subject. You have been studying from +1, +2, graduation. Even if you don't draw the performer invoice also, everyone knows that you know that. Like what is debit, where credit comes, etc., etc. But operations management is a completely new subject. So whatever formats I am going to draw in class, exactly it is a copy and paste of ICMI material. Please do not change the formats in exam. Then only you will get marks. So transport and communication. Forecast of, we can use it for forecast of public transport. Forecast of public transport. I don't know whether you have observed or not, during New Year and Christmas, Diwali, Dasara, Eid, multiple festivals, government increases the number of buses or government extends the metro timing, right? Why? Because the footfalls in public transport will increase or decrease. But how government knows? What is the guarantee that during Eid or Diwali, Dasara, Christmas, that number of people taking public transport will increase? How does government know? Just because it's a festival, people go out, you think public transportation will increase? Are people may take an Ola, people may take Uber, people may take Rapido, people may buy walk, they may go, people may take auto, personal car and bike. But what is the guarantee that it will increase the footfalls? How is government taking a decision? Because when government increases the number of buses or increases the timing for metro, automatically government is increasing the expenditure. If it is unable to recover that money, you think government will take this decision? Then how government knows? Last 10-15 years ka data government will take and feed into software. Software will analyze what? How many passengers on an average are coming every day. During festivals, how many passengers are increasing. So it will see if there is a huge increase. Immediately what will go? And that to every area mein government will not increase the number of buses. Only in those areas where there is a high chance of public transportation increasing. And every route may government will not increase the metro timings. So software will analyze in which area how many footfalls are increasing. Let us assume software is telling that from SR Nagar to Eragadda, number of people traveling are very high. Then during festivals, from this location to the other location, government may increase the number of buses or metro. Now next software also told that from SR Nagar to Amirpet, number of people traveling are very less. Or increase number of people increasing is very less. It is not feasible. Government will drop that idea. All this analysis can be performed using what? Operations research techniques and softwares. Then optimum routing of buses. Optimum routing of buses. You think every route when there is a bus available, every lane se bus will pass? No. See, if you want to go from, let us say this is which area? SR Nagar. And you want to go to Amirpet. From SR Nagar to Amirpet, how you can go? I'll tell. Clear? I will tell because I keep traveling to many areas for classes. You will get down from Shikhara. You'll clear? You'll take a right. Main road will come. You'll take a left. One statue will come from there. Take a left. Straight you go. That is option number 1. Option number 2. You don't take a right. Take a left. Cross CMS. Go straight. Take a right. Main road will come. ICICI Bank. Take a left. Amirpet will come. Or you don't do that. Take a right from the gate of Shikhara. Don't go left. Take a right. Go straight. Persis Cafe will come. From there, take a right, go straight. And then go right, Amirpet will come. So there is one route or multiple routes are there. Which routes a bus should travel so that cost is minimum, fuel cost is minimum? Who will decide? You will decide, I will decide, or operations research techniques will decide? Operations research techniques will decide. In the same way, when you use GPS, it will show one route or many routes. Like SR Nagar to Amirpet, you type in GPS Google Maps, it will show many routes. And in case if some other routes, it will tell 5 minutes extra it will take if you go from this route. Why? Traffic is there. And in case of traffic, 5 minutes, petrol also cost will increase. That is what is called what? Optimum routing of buses or trains or anything. Next. Management of railways. Management of railways. Management of railways. Management of railways. India mein they want to start a concept of bullet train. Normal train only doesn't come on time. How will bullet train go? In foreign countries, for a bullet train separate track, for a normal train separate track. India mein every track same track. For normal train also same track. Vande Bharat also same track. For high speed bullet trains also same track. Arey Babu Papa. If normal train doesn't come on time, how will super fast train go? Because of, now imagine if super fast bullet train doesn't go on time and reach on time, huge losses for government. So that is why they have to do what? Railway planning. That how many Indian Railway is the second largest railway network in the world. You think it's easy to plan using your brain? Anna, what you do? Take a right. Stop there. One train will go from here, then you U-turn and come here. You think it's as easy as explaining a route of Shikara from your house to your friend? No, right? Then lot of analysis is required. That routing and all is done by whom? The concept of operations research. Clear? Next, in communication, estimation of telephone demand. Telephone demand. In the age of 6G, India mein they are talking about 5G, but the speed what we normally get is 4G, but when we start using it is only 3G. What is the G? But imagine, but you think even today there are many areas where you go, signal will drop. Signal will not come only. Or you enter a particular building in a particular location, signal will not work only. It will show the number you're calling is out of service. Now imagine why government is focusing on some areas, not on some areas. Simple logic. You think Jio, Airtel, Vodafone Idea, BSNL will think about that areas where demand for telephones is very less or demand for telephones is very high. There only they will put network towers. That where to put a network tower, where should I have a telephone exchange? How many people are connected to that telephone exchange? All this can be done with the help of what? Operations research. Clear? Then there are many examples. Some examples I am writing here. Maybe some additional 1 or 2 examples I might miss also. Human brain. Next. Then we can also use OR in business management. We can also use OR in what? Business management. Business people take decisions for future or present. They take decisions in present, but these decisions are relating to future. Future is certain or uncertain? Risk or not? Risky, right? So in the situation of lot of uncertainty and risk, am I closing my business or still continuing my business? Launching a product or not launching a product? But how? By using a concept of what? Or we can simulate thousands of scenarios. Like let us say Apple launched one cloth, I told, right? Apple launched one cloth, 2000 rupees mein they launched one cloth to clean the iPhone screen. 2000 rupees. Second hand Android phone will come. In that price they launched. You think Apple may not use simulation, because if Apple uses simulation technique, this addicuity products they wouldn't have launched, never they would have launched. And one more thing, sling bag I told, right? Till here only that will come. It's like a pouch. You have to keep your iPhone. Who or not purchases these type of items? I don't know. Which item purchases these items? I don't know. But you think Apple, because Apple is a very large brand, it may not be using simulation. Had it used simulation, it would have come to know that there is no demand for these type of products. It wouldn't have launched. It wouldn't have become a huge failure. And one more thing, Apple launched like that glasses, VR glasses, 4.5 lakhs rupees ka glasses. It was a success or a complete failure? Complete failure. Had it done simulation, had it used multiple permutations and combinations of real world scenarios, it would have come to know that that product would have been unsuccessful. It wouldn't have launched. So that is what is the importance of operations research in apna business. It will help me to decide whether my product will be successful or unsuccessful. Which product I should launch, which product I should launch. At what price point if I launch, I might see a success. At what price point if I launch, I might see a success. Like this, how many scenarios you can think? How many scenarios you can think? 5, 6, 10, 100. I want millions of scenarios which might happen in future with respect to my product. Can you think? Use a software called what? Simulation software. Clear? So rest of the small concepts and theory for business management we will discuss tomorrow. And make sure that tomorrow you please bring icmai study material. Clear?